Hello yogis and welcome to my channel. My name is Xenia and today I'm offering you well-rounded Vinyasa flow practice. So we are going to work about flexibility, balance and strength for entire body. It's going to be intermediate practice, so if you find some positions challenging for you, just keep it in mind and keep near you. Blocks and belts will be a nice idea in this case. It might be your evening or morning practice, so it's really well-rounded practice. We are going to do all juicy poses for the entire body. And without saying that, let's jump into the practice. And we are going to start today from the laying position. So I will ask you to bring yourself on your back. You want to bring your legs into the Recline Butterfly position. So open your knees on the sides, close your toes. For a couple of breaths, closing the eyes and bringing concentration at the beginning of the practice on your belly zone. Hands might be also on your belly zone. Couple of deep breaths. It might be a nice idea to set the intention for this practice today. So may this practice bring us health, happiness and joy in our lives. And you can add any intention from yourself. And during the practice, remember it. And then on deep inhale, you want to straight your arms, reaching out with the hands above the head and lengthen your spine at the top. Hold a moment and then an exhalation, moving with the arms, hands back to your belly. And then again, deep inhale, reaching out, lengthening your spine here. As far, as high as you can. And exhale, moving with the hands back to the belly. And in your own tempo, 5-7 times here like this. Great. After the last one, you want to ground your hands near your hips, close the knees to the middle line, and we want to bring knees now to the chest. And from this point, we want to repeat the move with the arms, only now with the legs, like a waves. You straighten the legs, point the toes, and try do not reach the ground, do not touch with the heels. As soon as you feel that you're almost there, on the ground, you start to bend the knees and bring again back to the chest. And from this point again, straighten in your legs, pointing the toes, moving down. Engagement of your core muscles, and you lengthen your legs here. Ground low part of the back, so it should stick to the ground. And a couple of times more. So again, 5-7 times here. Connection with the breath. Great, and after the last one, bring your heels as close as you can to the sitting bones. Bring your right knee to the chest. Start to press down here with the hands, bringing your knee as high as you can to the chest and as close as you can to the chest. And if it works well, you start to straighten your left leg, bringing your heel down. So pressing down through the heel, feeling how you gently opening your hips, hip flexors, and joining deep breath now. Great pose also to improve your digestion system. If in a moment you feel that there is a little bit more space and you can bring your knee even higher, even closer to the chest, do it. And a couple of deep breaths more. Now start to relieve your right knee straight, the right leg, moving to the hamstring stretch. If it's challenging position for you, you might use the belt, also comfortable really to stretch your hamstrings with the support of the belt. Toes on you, holding. You might also bend the knee and hold the pose like this. And now still keeping your leg in the air, bring your right hand from the inner thigh and you do one big circle, open up the hip zone like this and then bring your right leg on the right side. Still keeping your spine straight, still keeping your middle line so you don't follow the move with the left side. If it works well, you may use the belt on the foot or grab the toes. Maybe it's more comfortable to hold the stretch like this if the inner thigh and hamstrings allow to do so. Join in deep breath, do some corrections, ground your left side. We don't want to follow our right leg. Great. Gently bending the knee, coming back first to the middle line and then changing direction, moving into the twist. Right knee on the left side, opening your right arm, looking to the right, still keeping your middle straight line and joining deep breath. Any twists are great for digestion system. Wonderful. Relieve the pose and changing our side. So first we want to bring our left knee to the chest. You can do some moves on the way, finding comfortable position for you. And if it feels too much for the hips, you're bending the right knee now and staying in this position. If it works well, then you start to straighten the right leg and heel, hold the way down. Lengthening your right leg, pressing down through the heel and left knee as high as you can to the chest. Top of the back grounded, shoulders open, hold. Maybe a little bit higher and deeper. And now relieving the pose, straightening your left leg, toes on your hamstring, stretch, opening. Not necessary to do hard work now, we are just starting the practice. We will work with the hamstrings in more intensive mode a little bit later. Great, left hand from the inner side, circle move here, really nice big circle. Reach the point where you feel that, okay, from this point my hip zone is really going into the maximum amplitude, and slowly you opening, holding, keeping your middle line. Wonderful. Relieve the pose, bend the knee and moving into the twist. So left knee on the right side. Opening your left shoulder, grounding the top of the back. Look to the left. Deep breath. Let's come back to the middle line, and from this point softly start to lift up your torso, straightening the legs and come into the sitting position. Move into the half butterfly position, so your left foot to the root chakra, opening your right leg on this side. From the hip, belly, chest, bring yourself to the front and rounding the back, staying for 10 deep breaths here. Let's start to relieve the pose, straightening your spine, bring it to the sitting bones and changing our legs. So right foot to the root chakra, lengthening your left leg on the side. Again, moving to the front, rounding the back, staying for 10 deep breaths. Great, press away through the hands, come back to the middle line, closing both sides and changing direction on the kneeling pose. So you want to tug your toes, bringing your sitting bones on your heels. Find comfortable position. If it will be intensive in a while, then you will start to open your toes and then again coming back to this pose. Interlock the fingers behind the back, roll the shoulders and move with the hands down, opening your shoulders, chest even more, and softly start to lift up your chin, looking at the ceiling. Maybe moving even deeper from that moment with the hands down, holding this heart opener pose, working with our lovely feet. Great. Relieve the pose. Now open your toes. Still sitting bones on your heels. Again, interlock the fingers. Roll the shoulders. Open your heart. Look at the ceiling. And from this point, slowly checking how do you feel. Moving with the forehead as low as you can to the ground on your mat. When you reach the ground, you start to press away through the arms, hands, and holding more deeper shoulder opener. Not necessary to press too deep, always be gentle with the shoulders and knees. We have only one set for this life. Great, now relieving and moving to the tabletop position. Find your squared alignment here, check your shoulders exactly above the wrists, and from this point moving to the plank position, straightening the legs. Couple of deep breaths, belly in, concentration on your belly now. Couple of breaths more. And from this point, let's build some strength in our body. So we start to lift up. Right leg in the air hold. You can point the toes. Then relief, lifting up left leg. And like this, we are going to change the sides, doing 5 repetitions each side. Bend the knees, catch the breath in child position. Come back to the tabletop pose. Now step forward with the right foot between your hands, low lunge. Let your hips to accept the pose, and then bring in your hands above the knee. Relax in the zone of the stretch, holding the pose. Left hand down, opening your right side. Look at the ceiling. From this moment, you start to bend the back knee, grab the foot, and holding the quad stretch, opening maybe your shoulder and looking at the ceiling. If it's too much, then use the belt or bring first pelvis back, grab the foot, and then bring your pelvis forward. Couple of breaths more. Then controlling the move, don't drop your foot, controlling, relieving. And from this point, you bring your right foot on this side and gently start to press away through the inner side. Bring your hand on the level of the knee, and you want to straight eventually your right arm. Any level that feels okay for you, maybe opening shoulder even more and looking at the ceiling. So more deeper hip opener. Know your level, don't go too deep if it feels too much for the hips. Great, relieving the pose. Hands down, step back. Bring yourself to the plank position, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, a little high cobra. Exhale, relief. Tuck the toes, down facing dog position for 5-6 deep breaths. Bend the knees, come back to the tabletop position. We're going to change the side. Step forward with the left foot between the hands. Let your body to accept the pose on this side. Maybe crawl and move back if you need some distance and intensity more. And hands above the knees, letting your hips to sink down. Great. Right hand down. Easy twist on the left side. Opening yourself. Looking at the ceiling if it's not too challenging for the neck zone. Hold a bit. Bending the back knee, grabbing the foot, staying in the quad stretch. Looking at the ceiling if it's not too much. Controlling, relieving the pose. And now again from this point you bring in left hand from the inner side of your knee and you start to press away. If it's comfortable, then your left foot on the side and gently moving deeper into the hip, opening. Looking at the ceiling like this, you're moving also into the deeper twist. Great job. Relief, stepping back. Moving to Vinyasa, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, baby or high cobra. Exhale, relief. Tuck the toes, down facing dog position for 5-6 deep breaths. And you look up, relieve the pose, and you want just to change your alignment here on the standing wide leg opening. So bringing your toes to the inner side, making your legs nice, comfortable distance when you can control with the hands right in the middle line and moving with the head as low as you can to the ground. Check yourself here. Where is nice distance when you use supportive hands. Don't relax your shoulders. You want to roll them and to keep here support through the arms and hands. 5-6 deep breaths in inversion here. Great. Then press away through the hands and gently on inhale, look up in front of you, lengthen your spine. Then cut the distance a bit between your feet, so you're walking to the middle line a bit, opening your toes on the sides and moving from here to the goddess position. Nice angle for your knees, so don't overload, don't bring your heels too close. We don't want this, we want to keep sumo squat position. When you feel that you're ready, your sitting bones on the level of the hips, preferably, and knees. Then you engage the buttocks, hips, and hold with the hands in front of the heart, the pose. Keep going, keep your spine straight. Great job. Relieve for a moment. We are going to come back for deeper hip opening here. Again, bend the knees. Block now the zone of the knees with the hands from the inner side. And now the move with the elbows to the sky. So you're bending elbows, opening them to the sky and moving with the forehead as low as you can. Don't let your knees to be closed. So holding this inner thigh and hip opening. Hold and breathe. Great job. Relieve for a moment. And we will do third approach. So this time, showing this position. So this time again squatting, move down, and now reaching out with the hands right in front of you and create resistance to the two opposite sides, like somebody is pulling you in the zone of the hip back and you're crawling to the front. So like splitting yourself to the two opposite sides and holding this tension. Building up the strength, making our joints super healthy. Hold a bit more. Great job. Relieve. Come back. And we are going to move into Molasses Squat. So now cut the distance between your heels. Drop the sitting bones down, blocking yourself from the inner side, holding. Reaching out like somebody pulling you at the top of your head to the sky. Keeping your spine straight, shoulders, chest open. Great. Moving to Skandasana position from here. Blocking yourself from the inner side. Reaching out with the left leg on the side. Toes on you. Drop the sitting bones as low as you can. Engagement of your top of the back. So keep your back straight. And if you feel that you can keep the balance, you bring hands in front of the heart. Opening shoulders, chest. Holding the pose. If it's too much for the balance, then under your sitting bones, under your hips, nice to place the block if you feel that you're falling down. Now block yourself from the right side. Inhale, opening your left side. Great. Support your hands right in front of you. Give the base in your left foot and we are going to change Skandasana on the left side. Reaching out with the right leg. Dropping sitting bones down. Toes on you. If it feels okay. Keeping the balance. Checking our second side. No expectations. And if it works well, then blocking yourself from the left side. Inhale, opening your right arm, looking at the ceiling. Great job. Relieve the pose and gently with support of the hands just ground your sitting bones. We are moving to the next balancing position, bear pose. So you can grab your big toes, or if it feels comfortable, more whole foot. And we start to open our right leg on the side and left leg on the side. You may use the belt for this pose. And we want to catch the balance on one side when you keep your back straight, when you're on the sitting bones. And when you control resistance here. Maybe some moves more, and when you feel ready, you start to lift up at the same time your feet and moving deeper, deeper, deeper into the stretch. Keeping the balance. Keep your back. Great job controlling the move, closing the position. Right in butterfly pose. From the hip, belly, chest, bring yourself to the front. Rounding the back, grabbing with the elbows in front of you. Moving into the stretch. Great. Relieve the pose, opening our legs in wide leg position. From the hip, belly, chest, moving to the front. And rounding the back, staying in comfortable stretch for you. Press away through the hands, straight your back, support your hands under your knees, closing the pose. Moving on our back, lean position. Then your heels closer to the sitting bones, supportive bridge pose. Hands down, lifting up the hips, not opening knees on the sides, keeping this squared alignment, straight alignment. And if you feel nice, then interlock the fingers, open your shoulders, chest more. Bring your hips even higher, pressing away, holding. Don't let your hips to sink down. Pressing away. And if it's possible, join deep breath. Great, relieving hips down, knees to the chest. Couple of breaths here. And if it works well for you, plow pose, we are moving in the plow pose. If it's too much, you may just lift up your legs and stay in this modification. Otherwise, go with me, hands down, lifting up your hips, so pressing away and bringing your legs in parallel line to the ground. First, just letting your body to accept this position. If it works well, you move slowly, slowly deeper up till your toes will not reach the ground. Maybe if you feel like hands on your feet. And then bending the knees, gently coming back bone after bone, rolling yourself back. When you feel that you ground your back, you start to move with the legs back. For more core engagement, you may straighten the legs and don't drop them till the end. So engagement of your core muscles here. Great, and before Shavasana, just short recline pigeon position. You may bring your right ankle above the left knee. Relaxing your shoulders, so no any squeezing in your neck or shoulders. About 5 deep breaths here. And relieve this side, changing left ankle above the right knee. Deep breath. Great, relieve the pose and bring yourself in comfortable Shavasana for you. You may straighten the legs or keep them bended. Quiet mind, quiet body. Now start to awaken your body, moving. Maybe doing great stretch above the head. You may roll on any comfortable side for you. And without any rush, come on back to the sitting position. And we bring our hands in front of the heart for clear and loving intentions. Thank you for joining. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for doing this Vinyasa flow practice with me. I hope you really feel your body now, and I hope you have quiet mind. If you have any questions about Malasana or Skandasana position, you may check my tutorials on my channel. It might help you if you have some issues with the heels to bring down. If you just want to deepen your practice, it might help. And I see you next time. See you on the mat. Have a nice day.